welcome to Lighthouse Tarot, where we embrace light within ourselves and within others. I'm your host, of course, Willow Riley, coming back at you with a new video. So today we're going to talk about the one, the only, the twins, the mutable sign, Gemini moons. These are 3 signs that a Gemini likes you. So let's talk about Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so you will often find, oftentimes or not, that Gemini loves to talk. Talking. And they aren't just blabbering, usually. If they're evolved, they're talking about things that interest them. It's a very curious sign because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of thinking, communicating, texting, calling. So oftentimes or not, when a Gemini likes you, they're going to talk to you. But the first sign is that they're going to go outward with their emotions, because the moon rules your emotions. So when a Gemini likes you, they're going to look at it from a more intellectual level. They're going to analyze their feelings. They're going to be like, okay, why do I like this person? What does this person bring into my life? They're going to analyze their emotions. They're not going to express them right away. You got to understand that from Gemini moon. The second sign that a Gemini moon likes you is they're a free spirit, and you provide them space, freedom, and independence. Now, this doesn't mean that a Gemini moon can go off all willy-nilly and just disappear into the sunshine. This means that you have to have trust in the Gemini that they're going to come back, but they need to do their own thing. With Geminis, trust is a big thing. You've got to trust a Gemini moon to come back to you, but provide them space and freedom to do their own thing. Because they're naturally curious creatures. They're constantly asking why. They're constantly figuring out why things work the way they work. And sometimes Geminis get a bad rap because they're like, oh, you had this opinion today, but you had that opinion tomorrow. You know what? It's crazy, but it's because Geminis are constantly thinking, and they're mutable, so they are flexible with their ideas. But if you can provide them space and freedom and independence to be the real them, then they will love to be around you. The third sign a Gemini likes you, rather they like you, is you got to be interesting. If you're not interesting, if you're not stimulating their mind, they will walk away. They will find someone more interesting. So you got to keep up the conversation, talk about things that interest you, talk about things that interest them. If you have shared interests, then it's going to go really far. And I find for most air signs, they usually tend to get into a relationship with someone that is their best friend first. So come at it from a friendship angle when it comes to Gemini moon, and I promise you that they're going to stay with you for the end of the time if you're their best friend. Bonus points for Gemini moon. Fire signs go well with air signs because fire is ignited by air. But also, Gemini moons need an earth moon to balance them out because they have all these ideas, and the earth moon brings them back to reality. They give them practical advice on how to show their ideas in the real world. And I find this to be true with my Capricorn sister. I'll have a great idea, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so great. But it's just a big idea that I have out there with all my Aquarius stellium. And little Gemini, I'm talking. I'm like, oh my god, I want to do this, I want to do that. And she's like, okay, well, you need to sit down, write step 1, step 2, step 3, and execute it. And so someone with Earth in their chart, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, is really good for Gemini because they help ground them. They help bring them up from the air and actually put their feet in the ground, physically ground them, as well as give them practical advice with their big ideas so their ideas can come into fruition. But also, fire goes really well with Gemini moons because it ignites it, it brings that excitement. I find that Geminis, their best friends are usually Sages, Leos, or what's the other air sign? Sag, Leo, I'm blanking out here. Aries. Yeah, Aries. So thank you guys so much for coming to this video. As always, I'm open for birth chart readings and tarot readings. Leave a comment below if you're Gemini moon and you enjoyed this video. I'll see you later. Goodbye.